Hello everyone and welcome back. As you can see here, I have my Cobra 2000 back on the desk. I recently received a message through YouTube from a gentleman in the US concerning the issue I'm having excuse me, with the radio being off frequency by about one frequency basically. Let me just demonstrate here. Yeah, we're on channel 1. And we're reading definitely one frequency too low. It should be 26.965. Anyway, let me just delve into a little bit of what might be the problem, according to this gentleman, who will remain anonymous for now. We'll just call him Todd. He says in the letter he sent to me, one of the biggest problems is that when someone originally modified the radio to open the clarifier, it typically has one or two diodes cut or removed, and these are Varactor diodes, which are D75 and D52, and these two diodes are located next to the 11.385 megahertz crystal. And so anyway, that is probably step one in making sure these diodes are in place and wired in properly. And then it also goes on to say there's a resistor called R44 located very close to these two diodes, and I have to make sure that if it's there or not. It's supposed to be in circuit, and it should not be bridged underneath the circuit board, underneath the PC board. So make sure it's there and installed properly and not bridged. And it mentions here it's an actual, that resistor, the R44, is 8200 ohms, and the color code for it is gray, red, red, gold. Now the diodes that I referred to just previous to the resistor, the diode I should say, D75 and D52, is not available in regular spec. It's, I guess, is old stock, and that's probably not available or very hard to find if not. However, Todd was able to locate just recently the diodes that may be of some help if that is the issue, and he found them at Barkett Electronics in the US, and the reference number for these diodes are M as in Mary, A as in Alpha, MA, that is 27TA. I'll say that again, MA27TA. Now, if these diodes are in place and the resistor is in place properly, the next step I should be looking at, beyond that, would be to be making an adjustment. And that has to do with the L59, which adjusts the upper sideband frequency on both transmit and receive, and L22 for lower sideband, and L23 adjusts for AM frequency. And they're located very close to the big crystal, the 11.385 megahertz that I referred to earlier. Just want to do a demonstration now. You see the frequency counter, it's after warming up a bit, it's actually dropped from 2 to 1 here now. How long has this been on? Time. Actually, the clock is still saying 12, so I don't know. Anyway, this is on AM. That is on upper sideband and also on lower sideband. So it's carrying the same frequency on all frequencies, AM sideband, and so that's interesting to note. I just want to pass along that information before I proceed and look to see if those resistors, that resistor I should say, and the diodes are in place. Okay, the top is off, and now we are looking at the crystal in question. I found this crystal, and I'm sure it's the one like the original that I swapped out some time ago. This crystal is 11.325, not 385. However, the other bit of good news, or bad news I should say, is, if it is bad or good, I don't know. Maybe it's indifferent. Let me see if I can show you. Right here is one of the Varactor diodes right here, and it's connect it, as you can see, right here. But the other one right here, the wire has been clipped. So I am going to make a connection on here, but wondering if that's another total issue altogether. What the gentleman Todd referenced to me was 11385, but this is 11325. So stand by. And before I forget, I just want to point out to you the R44 that I referenced is right here, and it's in circuit. So it looks like just one of these legs, like I just mentioned, is clipped. This one is fine. This one right here. But this one here, as you can see, maybe you can't. It's been clipped. So I'm going to clean up those contacts and solder them together. Okay, also had to have a look at the resistor 44 to make sure it was in circuit, and we noticed that it was in circuit. However, according to Todd, it should not be bridged. And right here we have a bridge. So I'm going to make this on bridge. I'm going to just take the solder off and resolder just the legs without making a bridge here. And of course I'm going to take care of the other varactor diode that's not making connection on the opposite side. I have the diode, the diode 75 or 52, I think it's 52 I was looking at. Reconnected, was snipped as you saw. I have that making connection again. What I thought was a bridge was not a bridge. I double checked the part, and that is what is it now? I'm looking at my reference notes here, excuse me people. R44, resistor 44 was not bridged. That was my mistake. I was one over too far on the circuit board, so that's fine. I did make adjustments to L59, L22, and L23 with regard to sideband and AM. And as you can see now, it's still off frequency, of course, so we haven't solved that issue, but we have everything zeroed now here on receive. That's AM. Let's see. And that's upper sideband and lower sideband. So that's been zeroed. The radio is not absolutely warm, but it's close enough. It's in the ballpark anyway. I have the mic hooked up. I'm just going to key up here on AM just to show you. I also did a slight adjustment on VR5, which helps to lock in your transmit what you receive, but I couldn't get to go work on all frequencies. I could get it on one frequency, but AM or sideband, the other sideband would be off. So here we are. I'm going to key up now. See, we're going to 385 here. That's on AM. I'll release back to 375. Let's try upper sideband. 375 transmit. 384.3. Lower sideband. TX. So slightly off the air. Not exactly sure how you balance that out, but anyway, it was fun picking at this once again. I wish I knew more than what I do, but I do enjoy trying to help myself in the best way I can. I want to thank Todd for his assistance so far and his patience, and we'll see where it goes from here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry I couldn't do a repair. It's been a while. Been a few years at this, off and on, and sadly it's not repaired. By the way, I just want to bring you people up to speed before we go. I'm TXing now on AM, and audio, you can see the modulation over there is pretty low, and the signal meters are running pretty low, so I think receive and TX is down. Now there's nobody on here, so that's receive. Turn the channel to get 385, oddly. And lower sideband, and there's nobody on. And I'll just give you a brief demonstration. text T 123 123 audio. So you see the meter's not moving. Very low TX and low RX, I would think. So she's on life support, but it's working, and she's in exceptional good shape. So it's sad. I think somebody may have hankered around in there a bit too much, or I don't know. I really don't know. Like I say, I picked this up several years ago, but it was you know, not my original radio in the first place, so I don't know where it's been and what's happened to it. So anyway, that's enough. We're going to draw this video to a close. Thanks for watching, everyone, and maybe someday I'd like to have this radio back up and running in the condition it should be for an old girl. I like the old school, and I certainly hate to see this back on the shelf and back in storage, but such is life. Thanks for watching.